Am I live? Hey, I'm live. All right, cool. Should I? No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. All right, Verse. What's up? I'm doing another live stream. If you're either watching this now or sometime later in the future, I just wanted to do another live stream, Verse, because it's been a minute. I'm so sorry. I've been gone for quite a bit. I have yeah, this week was interesting. I was in a lot of pain. I ended up having to go to the hospital, Verse, and then I turned out I ended up catching some sort of a virus a little bit. It was a stomach flu of some sort, so that really killed me. I wasn't able to upload for a whole week. But it's Saturday. It's like almost 6 o'clock. I thought I'd give it a try to see if I could do a live stream right now, see if anybody would come. I saw someone came and left. So let's see if anybody comes in. I'm all for doing some Q&As. But yeah, Verse. I'll probably wait like a quick minute. I'll do a quick live stream, maybe like 30 minutes or so, and then just yeah, just try to like then start uploading videos right away again, especially since this week I start school. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, let me see. I've been trying so hard to try to share my screen. I gotta watch a tutorial. I know there's ways to do it, but it's gonna take a minute. Let me see. Seriously? Huh. Hey, Jules, how you doing? I just saw your live stream too. That was fun. That was a really fun live stream. It really was. Seeing you kind of react to your vids. Bro, I gotta be honest with you. I love your setup. I really do love your setup. The way how you have everything going on, the way how you have the layout and all this and that. It was great, Julius. I really loved your layout. Other than that, though, it was a fun stream. It really was. Hopefully, maybe if you have any questions, I would love to hear it too. I'm still trying to figure out how to share my screen. I've been watching some tutorials. So hopefully in the next one, I can definitely get that down too, so I can kind of do that. But right now, it's just a little bit of Q&A. Let me see if I could just. But no, yeah. So to just give a quick explanation to anybody that's coming in right now, Verse. Sorry that I haven't uploaded in a week. I was sick. Like I said, I got sick. I ended up going to Wendy's, and then I ended up getting E. coli. If you don't know how that's gained, basically you eat rotten milk, or if you drink rotten milk, or if you eat lettuce that unfortunately has been shitted on, you end up getting a bit of you get this really bad virus that causes massive number 2. So this whole week it was just it was terrible. I wasn't able to upload anything because of that. Now I'm feeling a whole lot better, Verse. I'm trying to get back on my social media too. I haven't been able to do anything. My social media has been so quiet. My reels have been so quiet. I'm trying to do more. I really am. But yeah. Hopefully nobody's too busy right now, because I know it's Saturday, but it's like it's almost 6 o'clock right now, 5 minutes from now. So hopefully more people will come on. I see people are coming and going. Other than that though, yeah, Verse. If anyone's coming in right now, or if anyone's watching just because I don't see anything, I will. If anyone has a question, I would love to answer some questions. Some fun Q&As. But no, yeah. Let me see. There we go. Oh, actually, whether people are here or not, I actually want to have this discussion for anybody that wants to watch my video in the future that's watching this live stream. So for anyone that's gonna be expecting a video from me, I want you guys to know I'm going to try, absolutely. I say that just because now, Verse, I'm going to be starting my semester, and it's funny too because I was already doing a summer semester, and I finished it like 3 weeks ago, so I got to enjoy a little bit of a break. Another thing about this is that this is going to be the first time that I'm going to be going on site after 2 years of the academy. And it's interesting, if I'm being honest with you, I kind of wanted to take all my classes online, despite the fact that I'm an acting major. That's what's so crazy about it. But the reason why I wanted to go online and not on site is just because like the way how I have to get there, I'm going through the BART, and I've been hearing some things about the way how the transportation's been occurring. So I was trying to avoid that, but I guess here I have no choice. And the academy, man, I don't know what they were thinking, but so far, the way how the school that I'm going to, the Academy of Arts, is the way how they're writing things is terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Apparently, the way how they have things going is that they decided, oh, they give you the option to take courses online or on site. And originally, I wanted all four of my classes, because I'm taking four classes, to be online, of course. And when I was trying to be online, it was solid. I picked my classes ahead of time, and then like 2 weeks. Oh no, I'm sorry. Like a month right before the deadline, I received an email saying that some of my classes have been updated. And because it was also during the time of my finals, I wasn't able to really respond yet nor take care of it because I was busy with my finals. When finishing my finals, I finally got around to it, to figuring out my schedule. Then I found out that, oh, I guess the head department of the acting department ended up saying that, yeah, so anybody that's going to be online, we decided, no, let's switch them to on site, because since this is acting, it would make no sense to do it online, which is fine. But I just don't understand why you would want to do that like 2 weeks before we start school. So now there's a lot of mix up. People are saying that they were supposed to be online and then their schedules were on site. People are saying that no, they actually have an on site class that they signed up for, but they ended up getting online. So it was backwards. And for me, I got told two different things. I got told that I had one class that was on site, and I got three classes that were online. And then I had another advisor, and then my other advisor told me, no, you actually have one class that's online and three classes that are, I don't, basically it was backwards. I'm so sorry. I got lost in that. Out of four classes, I had one that was on site, one that three that were online, and then I had one that said that no, that three was on site and one was online. So I got confused, and I was like, okay, so then what am I doing? I don't understand what I'm doing. This is so confusing, right? Um, yeah, so my classes got really got mixed up, and because of that, I ended up having to now go to class on Tuesdays. Now Tuesdays is going to be the only day that I go to San Francisco. I kind of don't want to go over there if I'm being honest with you first. Something about San Francisco, the way how it is right now for me, I'm kind of like, I don't really want to be there. I really don't want to take the board. I really wanted to do everything online. It's easier. It saves me the trouble of having to go anywhere or having to waste money, transportation. But you do what you got to do. And because of that, now it's going to definitely halt me from doing some videos. I'm still going to do videos. One of the best things about me going to the academy is definitely vlogs. I get to bring vlogs back. I haven't done a vlog in a minute. I've been trying to, but unfortunately, I haven't really been given the opportunity to do something that'd be great for a vlog. Um, so I haven't just been able to do that. But other than that, though, yeah, vlogs are coming back, and I'm really excited about that. The only thing that also sucks is that the week that I'm starting off, it's gonna be hot. It's supposed to be 90 this week. It's really hot, guys. At least here in California. I don't know how it is anywhere else. And yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy week for me right now. I'm just getting things ready. Just when I have this final week coming up, and I thought I could enjoy it, I get sick, and I was like, oh man, I really couldn't enjoy it. I couldn't upload anything. And then right when I was getting ready to start my semester, there's issues, and it's so frustrating too, just mainly because of the fact that unfortunately I'm towards the end of getting my bachelor's. I have less than 12 classes, and I'm at the point where I'm just trying to get it over with. And then out of my four classes, I'm actually taking one class that I'm highly dissatisfied with, because I'll share this right now on my live stream. When I was at the academy, right, I was taking a voiceover class, and it pissed me off too, because since I was a freshman at the academy, right, in my first year, I hella wanted nothing but the voiceover class. I was begging for that class. And I didn't get it till last minute, because a few times that I was trying to get that class, I got kicked out of the class because there were graduate students that needed it. So they moved anybody that had more time out of the class. And I was one of them. So I was just like, man, this is so frustrating. And then now that I had the opportunity to have taken the class right before I dropped out, unfortunately, I wasn't able to to enjoy it, mainly because of the fact that the voiceover class, I learned some things, but it wasn't what I was expecting. I'll put it that way. The voiceover class was very disappointing. I did not like the teacher. The teacher was very strict. She was very strict on certain phrases, on certain ways of how we said a particular word. Um, I honestly was trying to, receive lines. I wanted to learn voice acting, methods or strategies. I wanted to know what it is that we should do when doing voice acting, and I did learn that a little bit. But then when it came down to it, it wasn't enjoyable. And it's work. It's not supposed to be, which I get, but it was more of a hassle. You know what I mean? And that pissed me off because one of the best things that I love about you know um voice acting is the fact that you're supposed to have fun and be loose about it. Oh, hi there, hi there. Thank you for joining my stream. I really appreciate it. And when taking my voiceover class, it was just so frustrating. Oh, what's up, Gabe? How you doing? I've been seeing your videos, man. Good for you. I'm glad to see that you've been doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing you. It's great. It's great having you on here, man. But yeah, the voiceover class guys that I had, it was so frustrating. I hated it. I hated the voice class. I dropped out during that semester. This because I haven't been to the academy in 2 years, and then the 2 years that I was really debating about going back was because I was going through some issues. I was trying to settle some things. Now that I have settled on some things, I've decided, okay, I'm going back. Uh, I know I'm going to be at the academy just until the summer. This summer coming up. Let me see. Thank you. I've been watching your videos too. Oh, really? Oh, shit. Okay. Thanks, Gabe. I really appreciate that. Awesome. Gabe, I don't know if you saw my stream right in the beginning. I've been quiet this whole week. I haven't been able to upload anything because I got sick. So now that I'm feeling a whole lot better, just in time too, because I start school in like 2 days. I'm trying to get back to it. So I thought I'd start with a live stream, try to explain to everybody. It was crazy, man. It was really crazy. But I'm back. I just wanted to give a quick explanation to why I haven't been here for a minute. I even had people asking me like, "Where are your reels?" COVID? No. Oh no. I had E. coli. It's a stomach virus that you get when you eat bad lettuce or rotten milk. I went to Wendy's, and it turns out that the lettuce they made was bad because it was all over the news. And when I saw the news, I was like, "Oh shit!" And then sure enough, I got it. It was all bad. Oh my goodness. The first video I ever saw on your channel was the Batman bisexual. Yeah. Oh, you saw that one? That was, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. They said it's not confirmed, but I'm just like, I know what you're doing. I think it was more of an experiment. You know what I mean? Where they were just like, let's see how the fans are gonna react to it, and if it gets good, maybe we'll do it. If not, we won't. Clearly, it didn't get a good reaction. Clearly, it did not. I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, that depressed me, honestly. Yeah, I know. See, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with LGBTQ. I mean, hello, but the issue that I have with the heroes is that, or at least the old school heroes, is that by now we know how they are, right? We clearly know how they are. So then for them to now suddenly be into the opposite sex, or the same sex, I mean, it's kind of random, at least to me, because I know Batman's been with a ton of chicks, like a bunch of women. Even that one girl that was in the movie Mask of the Phantom, that cartoon, and he almost gave up being Batman for that girl. So then to see him being with a guy almost, to me was like, I don't get it. Like, where did that come from? It's such an odd choice. But yeah, it really, I don't know how to respond to that. It's just crazy, especially since they're doing it more now. Me personally, I hope I'm wrong, but I have a feeling that they're gonna do that with Wonder Woman. Because if you think about it, right, Wonder Woman's on an island. It's just a bunch of women. Eventually, they're gonna have some backstory. Oh my god, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. I just hope they don't do that. Yeah, it's random. You know what I mean? And it's crazy too, because when you look at the new Justice League with Superman's son, the next Flash, the next Batman, the next Wonder Woman, most of them are LGBTQ. Like the majority of them. I think there's only like 2 straight characters. I know the Flash is like non-binary. I was like, what? And then And then I know that Superman is bisexual, and I was like, but in the zombie comic, there's this comic that's called Deceased, right? He had a girlfriend. So I was thinking, why is he bisexual? I think it's clear that he's straight to me. But okay, I guess I don't really know. DC's definitely going down the drain. I'll definitely say this. Uh, both DC and Marvel a little bit. I think the reason why they're struggling compared to manga is because the difference between them and manga is that manga, when they bring in a subject of LGBTQ, they don't focus on it. You know, they'll address it on the spot, and then it's like, okay, whatever, well, moving on. And I'm just like, thank you, like treat it like it's whatever, and then just move on. Here with American comics, it's always the prime focus, and I'm just like, why does it, like why? I'm just like, why? I appreciate what you're doing, but I'm here for like the good stuff. You know what I mean? I'm here for like a great story. I'm here for shock value. I'm here for like for like a team up, like all that stuff. I'm not here to see someone now figure out that they're into something else. Like, okay, but I'm not here for that. You know what I mean? It's really frustrating because it's happening so often now. Um, and I say that because it feels forced. You know what I mean? I don't know if other people will feel like that, but to me, I feel like it's like that. I had conversations like that with other friends. Even other people were telling me like, no, I agree. It's a little much. I'm like, yeah, especially with old school characters, because I know Batman ain't gay. I know he's never been with a guy. I've never seen that. So I don't know. I don't want to go on a rant either. I want to, if something comes up, I'll probably do a video, probably, right? I had people tell me, you should do a video about this one and that one. And I was like, I'm fine. I was like, I'm fine. I bet if the studios aren't allowing to add that in the future Batman movies, oh, no, yeah, they're not going to. No way. If they did that, especially with the current Batman that we have now, the one from Twilight, oh, people will lose it. Especially since after they clearly show that, he has something going on with Catwoman, right? So that would just trigger a lot of people. I don't really see what they're doing. I know that it's definitely there with the Marvel stuff. It's really there. When you watch Thor: Love and Thunder, oh my god, that's all it was. Even Zeus, like Zeus is like an old school badass dude, right? Like we know how Zeus is. And then when you see Russell Crowe's Zeus, there's a scene where he's going down the stairs and he's all like this. And then I was looking at it like, I was like, Tidy, what are you doing with Zeus? Zeus doesn't act like that. I was like, what is that? I don't know. Well, Marvel is way more forced in your face, especially with She-Hulk. I haven't been watching that. But then I found out that recently they did a twerking scene. And then immediately when I saw that clip, I didn't watch the episode, but I saw the clip and I was like, oh my God. I never, ever thought I would see a superhero twerk before. Ever. That's crazy. I'm thinking to myself, wow, that's a new one. It's stupid, It's not meant to be taken too seriously. It's more like an eye roller, like, okay, like we get it, but like, okay. I can't really explain more than that, but yeah, though, it's what it is, unfortunately. Hopefully comic book writers will die down. That's the best way I can interpret it. Because I'm still buying comics now of DC, but I'm buying old school comics. That's the thing. I'm buying old school Batman Detective comics. I'm buying old school Justice League comics. Like stuff like that. Hell yeah, I do think that these comics are great, but it's just what they're focusing on. It's just not there. People don't care, That's why comic book sales are going down. It's crazy, I don't know how Marvel is. I have a friend that knows a lot about comics, even more than I do, and I'm just like, damn. I use the Marvel Unlimited and DC Infinity apps. Oh, you use the apps? Oh, that's cool. Here's the thing for me. I thought about that. And for me, mainly, I was like, nah, I'm more for the, me personally, I like to actually own it. You know what I mean? I know everybody nowadays, when they read manga or if they read a comic book, it's always online. I've seen people, even at the academy that I go to, always scrolling on their laptops whenever we're in class. And I just see manga images or comic book images. But me personally, I actually like to own it. Like I just like to have it in front of me. And if I'm like not able to finish, I could just put a bookmark and just save it for later. I like doing that. I'm old school that way. I like to actually have the physical copy. I always go to Barnes & Noble or I order it on Amazon. So that's just me on that one. But yeah, I mean, if you get the app, that's totally cool. You know, I know everything's on there. You know, it'd be easier to find, that's for sure. But I like to. I'm a collector. I like to actually own it. That's just me. Um, do I have any Marvel ones? I don't. I don't think so. I don't have anyone. I really love DC. I grew up with DC comic characters. Where Marvel ones, like they're not bad. They're great. I know they even have some awesome storylines too. Um, but it's just not for me. I couldn't get into it. There are some storylines of Marvel that I do like the first Civil War. I love the Marvel Zombies. That comic was great. I'm gonna give him credit. That one's great. And then obviously X-Men. X-Men's beast no matter what. You know. Um, I do love the Fantastic Four. I'm not gonna lie. I don't love the movies. They're bad. But I do love the Fantastic Four though. I do find them very entertaining, especially since they were Marvel's first superhero team, I believe. So, you know, to me, I just had a little bit of a liking to them. Uh I don't for me, I don't give two shits about Spider-Man. I do not. Spider-Man is just like it's just so much talk about Spider-Man, you know, and I'm just like, I don't care, you know. People say that Spider-Man is so relatable, depending on which one. But here, I guess we'll talk about Peter Parker. You know, Spider-Man's this, Spider-Man's that, and for me personally, I'm just like, you know, what's up? All right, let me.
Jenny's up there. Brooke. She's in about 30 minutes an hour. They're gonna get in the pool, so you're gonna have to go there and watch.
Okay, yeah, I'll be done, Mister. All right. Uh, but no, yeah, I have a friend of mine, right? I don't know if he will be coming on the stream soon, but he's a huge Spider-Man fan, even though he's never read the comics. he only he only plays the video games and he watches the movies. And whenever we talk about Spider-Man, I told him what I said, which is that, in my opinion, I feel like Spider-Man's kind of boring a little bit. Like you know, he was great at first, but like now he's kind of here and there. And I remember I told him, and he was just like, "Okay, why?" And then I explained to him, and then he was like, "Oh, whatever, whatever." And I was like, "So then I'm telling the truth." I mean, think about it. With Tom Holland, I do think he makes a great Spider-Man, you know. But here's the thing: I don't like the kid Spider-Man, you know, especially Homecoming. I found him really annoying. He kept making gestures and jokes every few minutes, and I was like, "I get it. He's a kid, but." Uh, I'm fine. Like I like the adult mature Spider-Man. That's my favorite one. Um well, hey, it's okay, it's your opinion. Oh no, yeah, you know. But that's just what I'm saying. Like I'm interested to see Tom Holland's adult Spider-Man version because, you know, they announced there's gonna be a whole nother trilogy. And I'm just like, oh man. But I think if they give it a break, I think I would like to go back and to see that's to see the new trilogy that they'll be doing, because hopefully Tom Holland's new trilogy will obviously be more mature. And I don't know if you know this, but Sony, right? They're also making a Madam Web movie, and that's odd. I'm just like, really, out of all the characters, you do a Madam Web. I wouldn't expect that for a solo movie. And apparently, there's rumors that there's going to be another Spider-Man. It's not Tom Holland. It's not Tobey Maguire. It's not Andrew Garfield. It's a whole new Spider-Man. And then they announced that this new Spider-Man is supposed to be mature. He's a more experienced one. So there's going to be a fourth actor playing Spider-Man. I forgot the actor's name, but I was like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing. Since they can't use Tom Holland because Disney has it, you know, because they have a contract, now it's going to be this new guy. And I'm like, okay. But I'm also not looking forward to it because the Sony movies, in my opinion, they're not very good. Venom was ass. The second one I didn't like I didn't like at all. The second one. I was very disappointed with the second one. Because, you know, they brought in Carnage, and Carnage is one of the most evilest characters. I mean, not evilest. One of the most violent characters that you go out there. And then it was rated PG-13. And I was like, how do you bring a character like Carnage and you make it PG? I mean, Logan, you know, Logan was rated R and it turned out great. I don't know why you couldn't do the same with Venom. I thought Venom could have been a great rated R movie. Uh, One thing that kind of threw me off about the Tom Holland Spider-Man is that there were parts missing. Well, it Venom to me is okay. The second is better than the first, but yeah, pretty. No, yeah, and you know it angers me too because the actor, what's his name? Oh my god, his name came out of my head. Tom Hardy. There you go. Because I think Tom Hardy's great. You know, he's great with the material he's given. It's just the story's not very good. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I do love Tom Hardy, and it pisses me off with the third Spider-Man movie because I was like, why was Tom Hardy there for, right? I was just like, you had him there and you did nothing with him. You only had him there just to get drunk and to leave like a little symbiote, a small symbiote, and that's it. That's so dumb. I was just like, what the heck? I hated the fact that they did that. So I was like, well, that was a wasted opportunity. And you could have actually had the Sinister Six, because I know there's multiple versions where there's different members of the Sinister Six. So if Venom was part of it, I would have been fine with that. I would have been like, okay, yeah, like why not? Just do it. But no, he got wasted. Now we got Kraven the Hunter. I'm like, okay, we got Kraven. Morbius came out, and that was stupid. It looked Morbius. The way how the visuals look like, it looked like it should have came out like in the early 2000s, like when Tobey Maguire was in theaters. That's how it looked like to me. It was that bad. Venom to me. Oh no, yeah. But no, yeah, it's I don't know. Sony's version of Spider-Man licenses, they're really they're hit and misses. But no, yeah. And then when talking about just Marvel in general, I am a little burned out. I'm not gonna lie. There's so much superhero stuff. I have discussions with my friends about this. I have one friend that is so touchy about the Marvel stuff. Like he doesn't want to talk about it at all. There's times where I'll bring up like legit good reasons or just things that I heard, and like he gets offended. And I'm just like, whoa, like I ain't talking smack about it. I'm just like, no, this is what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. I heard that people are saying this is bad and that this is, going off the deep end. I'm not sure. And he gets offended. And then he told me straight up, he was just like, I'll talk to you about anything, but Marvel movies, I'm not going to talk about anymore. And then I was like, well, why not? Is there a problem with the Marvel movies? Well, like, why not? I don't get it. Would you rather not watch Kraven the Hunter and see the reviewers and say it's bad? LOL. Here's the thing. After Morbius, because I am the type of person where I'll hear what others say, but only after I see it myself, right? I like to give my own interpretation, my own opinions, right, before I see others. And you know how it is in the thumbnails now, right? Everybody likes to put their opinions right in the thumbnails to get you to watch their videos right away. So even if you wanted to avoid it, sometimes you can't because it's just right there. I'm not really looking forward to Kraven just because of what Sony's done so far. 2 Venoms, Morbius, they weren't great. All right. They weren't even decent. They were okay. One of them was. No, I take that back. One of them was okay, but they were all bad. So now Kraven the Hunter coming in, my expectations are very low. That's for sure. So if it came out bad, I'm just gonna be like, I'm not surprised. Like, my expectations were low. I wasn't expecting it to be Shakespeare or whatever, or Disney levels, even though their stuff's starting to go down now. So, yeah. I mean, I do like hearing critics, but here's the thing. I don't agree with all critics, too. There are some critics that I've been hearing recently where they talk about some properties, especially Marvel properties, and they give interesting opinions. And I'm just like, that's the only thing you're kind of having issues with because there are other problems going on, especially with, like, recently I've been hearing critics talk about She-Hulk. And there are a lot of problems with it. If you were to just ignore the woke stuff that's in it, right? If I was to try to avoid that, and I have, it's just bad because it's bad writing. And the only thing the critics talk about is just the humor. Oh, the humor's not there. The humor's pretty weak. And I'm just like, is that it? Is that the only thing you can think of? Is just the humor? Because I mean, there can be serious Marvel movies. I mean, there was Logan. There was some X-Men. The first 2, because Bryan Singer, the director, he does drama. So X-Men 1 and 2, they're basically superhero drama movies when you think about it. The third one was just action because the third one had a different director. Let me see which. Oh, hey Leo, what's going on? Sometimes we agree with them, and then sometimes we don't agree with them. Agree to disagree. There's a she twerking with Meg. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So the twerking scene. I guess I found out that was a post-credit scene, and I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted to watch the episode, but I was like, no, I don't wanna give any attention to She-Hulk. I do not care. It is so stupid. It's so dumb. When I made my video about talking about it, I was so happy that I did it because I was like, no, it's just so dumb. It was just so dumb. I hated the fact that that She-Hulk is the way how it is because She-Hulk is very different in the comics. You know what I mean? she's very confident. She's very beautiful. She's a badass. You know, she takes her job super seriously. When problems come at her, she handles it like a boss. In this version, she just complains. I'm just like, stop complaining. I'm like, gosh, she's so annoying. Oh, okay. But no, yeah. I heard that this season for She-Hulk it's supposed to have 9 episodes, I think. And people keep making the excuse, well, I'm just watching it for Daredevil. Well, I mean, you can, but I wouldn't have my hopes up because I heard Daredevil's not going to be until like the very last minute. I give it the last 2, maybe 3 episodes. That's going to be a huge middle finger. Just watch. You're there for Daredevil, and they save him for like the very last minute. And you're just like, really? This whole entire time, Daredevil, you do that? And then the thing that I don't like about these new Marvel stuff for Phase 4 that I don't like is that they rely a lot on cameos. And it's fine, but like every time, you know what I mean? Like they don't just seem to kind of like focus on the new character. They have to bring in another character in order to make you enjoy it. And I'm just kind of like, either you like it or you don't. For me, I kind of don't like it. There are a lot of problems with Phase 4. I think the reason why it's such an issue with Phase 4 is because there's no plan. You know, I know now they confirm some things, but before people were just like, well, what are you hyping up to? Like, what's all this for? Before with the first 30 movies, like we get it because you were hyping up for Thanos. Now that it's over, like, what are you doing? You know, and it's bad. I've been hearing, I've been seeing analysis videos too, where everybody talks about the CGI. Everyone's saying it, like the CGI for Phase 4 got bad, like it got worse. Like CGI in Black Widow got bad. She-Hulk definitely was. Everybody was highly complaining about that. Even I saw that. I was like, why does Hulk look okay, and She-Hulk, who is the face of the show, looks kind of here and there. Like why is her CGI really off? It's weird. A little bit with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. WandaVision, I'm so sick of Wanda. She's annoying. I do not like her character anymore. I used to like her because I was like, she's strong. I mean, she seems like a cool character. Now she just complains and whines, and I'm just like, I want my kids. It's so annoying. But no, yeah. But DC though, I don't know what's going on with DC. I've been hearing a lot of things about Batgirl. That got canceled. I don't really care too much because I didn't ask for Batgirl, but I was kind of tempted just because they did finish it. But then supposedly a critic actually had a hookup at WB, and he asked this particular person who actually got a chance to see the movie because they do secret screenings. And supposedly he said, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. He was like, that's why they scrapped it. They finished it. They were about to release it. They were still doing some things with it. They watched it and they were like, no, it's not good. And then they said that, what about the Michael Keaton cameo? They literally said, oh, he's not in it very long. It's super small. So I was like, oh. I'm like, okay. And then now I heard recently that Amber Heard got replaced in Aquaman. They're doing reshoots. And I was like, really? I was like, oh, wow. I guess they really don't want the movie to fail. And then I heard Ben Affleck's bad as Batman. And I was like, so, and this is where I'm confused. I'm like, okay, so is he staying or is he going? It's really annoying. They need to end the Flash. Well, here's the thing, Leo. The Flash is actually already done. They're just kind of debating what to do with it because Ezra. Here's the thing. Ezra obviously is very controversial. Ezra publicly apologized, and that's hard. They are now seeking treatment. But regardless of it, too much just happened. So they're trying to debate, are they going to cancel it? Or they're going to release it, but they're going to have Ezra do an interview. I kind of want that, actually. I want to see from Ezra's, reasonings why they did what they did. I want to see that because I am very curious to know what was going on with all that. Like, why did that even occur? Because first of all, Ezra was doing fine, and then all this mess happened. I was like, what happened, right? It was very random. But yeah, The Flash, that was going to be a very controversial movie, that's for sure. DC has the news all over the place, replacements and changes and reboots and remakes all over the place with them. Yeah, I know. And then I even heard something with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He literally said a while ago he wanted to have a whole cinematic universe revolved around Black Adam. And I was like, no. I was like, no, you're not gonna do that. No way. I was like, Black Adam is not that big of a character. Rock, get out of the spotlight. He's always hogging up the spotlight. He's a little annoying now. And then here's the thing with me, that this is something that I heard, and I even noticed a little bit. Apparently, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he's not very good when it comes down to bad publicity. You know, I heard that whenever he does a movie, and he's done quite a few bad ones, right? There was what was it? San Andreas, right? The one about the massive earthquake in San Francisco. There was Rampage. There was that Tower movie, right? That was a ripoff of basically Die Hard. Everybody went down on those movies because those were bad. People were like, Dwayne, you're kind of better than this, right? Like, why are you doing these movies? And Dwayne has a habit of kind of saying, oh, I find out that these movies are good. You know, these movies are inspirational to a particular type of audience. And I'm just like, I guess, but I mean, inspiring or not, you gotta admit they're stupid. So I mean, we can't deny that, right? So I don't know. Dwayne's kind of a here and there. And then the biggest thing that I hear about Dwayne, obviously, is that in every single one of his movies, he always looks the same. And it's true. I never see Dwayne with a different look other than Hercules, the movie Hercules, where he actually had hair and he had a whole beard. That was the only movie that I can think of where he was doing something different. Other than that, though, yeah. Hold on, guys. I'm going to mute you for just a quick second. I'll be right back, Bruce. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, my little sister. But yeah, I'm back. Never seen Hercules, thank God. Yeah. Yeah, okay, here's the thing. I saw it. It's fine. It's nothing really to be taken seriously, but I'll give it credit for Dwayne. That's the only movie that I can think of where he actually did something different. Welcome back. Oh yeah, I'm back. So, I wouldn't leave my audience hanging. I'm trying to do a lot more of these for sure. I said this in the beginning of my stream. I'm trying to I don't do live streams too much, right? So I'm trying to still set up a lot of what I'm doing, so that way I can also share my screen. So that way, if like there's a trailer or there's anything just going on, I could also like react to it live and talk about it. So it's not just my face all the time. So but yeah, with Hercules though, it's kind of yeah, yeah. You're not missing anything. That's the only thing I can give credit for that movie is that Dwayne actually did something different, which is he does what an actor does. If you're gonna do acting, you got to learn how to change your appearance sometimes, you know? So if I have to look different, if I have to gain weight, I hope not. But if I have to gain muscle or do anything like that, you know, that's just part of the job. But the win is always the same, you know, it's always the same. And then I remember I heard a joke in Rampage where they had a character point out Dwayne's character, and then someone was like, "Who is that?" And then this other guy was like, "Well, he looks like he works in the gym a lot." And I was like, "No shit, really? You think?" I don't know. It's just sometimes his stuff is really cringy. So when it comes to Dwayne, either you like him or you don't. What's interesting though is that I heard that his daughter wants to do WWE now, so there's a chance she might be a wrestler. And to me, I was like, oh wow, because if anyone's seen my my podcast with my friend Julius Palma, who's a great guy, you know, talking about WWE, I'm a wrestling fan, so you know I like talking about WWE. If I see Hercules, I wouldn't like. If I see Hercules, I would have liked it more. The Mummy Returns. Huh. Oh yeah, The Mummy Returns. I kind of like it. It's a little bit of a guilty pleasure. The Mummy Returns. Um, you know, because it is a fun adventure. It's just the CGI. It's yeah, the CGI is bad. I don't know what happened in the end. I've seen people on YouTube try to actually do a better job, and they actually have. They've done a way better job. It's sad when you think about it, how Hollywood has all this money to do all these films, and they always make the worst choices. And then there's people on the internet who can do a better job, and they don't have like a high budget or anything like that. They just do it, right? If you're someone that's good with visuals, if you're someone that just knows how to use a computer or this and that, like it's crazy to see how you can see one person do a better job with a visual than a whole team or studio doing it. You know, it's crazy. So when I see that, I'm just like, wow, like that's wow. You know, it just goes to show how like studios work in a way. Sometimes they're great, and sometimes they just do really dumb choices. That's for sure. Like Disney, for an example. I heard that the reason why Marvel CGI is so bad is because the visual studios, like studios that do visual effects, because from what I learned, any movie studio can go up to any visual studio and they pay them to take on this particular project if they accept it. But because Marvel is so consistent with movies and shows, they're overworked. I saw an interview where someone who does visual effects came out and literally said, you know, like the reason why these Marvel movies or shows are actually not looking as great is because there's so much. And because there's so much, we just don't have enough time to do them because it's just so demanding. And I'm like, yeah, I could see that. You got Marvel, you got Disney, you got Amazon a little bit, you know, because you watch The Boys, and The Boys is a really great show. I just started watching it, believe it or not. I'm still on season 1, and I've been hearing a lot of great things about season 3. And then I even found out that The Boys is based off an actual comic, and I was like, wait, it's a comic? I thought it was something that was made up. Oh my god! And then I saw Samaritan. Samaritan was interesting. Sylvester Stallone. That it was very interesting. I liked the plot twist in the end. People hated it, but I liked it. I liked it. I could see why the reviews that were given for that movie. I could see why it was, because when you learned something, you wanted more, and you felt like it wasn't enough. And then besides that, the kid that was in the movie was super whiny. I got really annoyed. Um, I never you were a WWE fan until I saw the SummerSlam review. No, yeah, I'm a WWE fan. I love wrestling. I love wrestling ever since I was young. Um, I think my favorite wrestler back then was definitely CM Punk. I was a huge CM Punk fan. And then, you know, he left, and then he tried to do MMA. That didn't work either. And I was like, what happened? Oh god. And then I think people were saying that Triple H was trying to do some cheap shots, and then I was just like, it's just CM Punk just wasn't doing good with MMA. And then now he's at AEW, and I was like, oh wow, he made his debut back. So I watched WWE. Oh, obviously, I watch Raw, I watch SmackDown, I watch NXT sometimes. NXT is kind of here and there, even though it's only an hour, right? I watched Impact a little bit. That was on Spike TV. TNA's all right. It's not bad. It's all right. My friend Julius was the one that told me that Impact Wrestling was still going. I didn't know Impact was still happening, by the way. I was surprised. I was like, Impact Wrestling is still going on? The views for that show isn't very much. I'm surprised it's still going. And then of course AEW on TNT. I love AEW. I think it's a lot better, but I hate the fact that Cody Rhodes went back to WWE. That really did piss me off because I was like, no, stay at AEW. Like you're the face of that place. Like, why'd you go back? It felt like a betrayal. My favorite is The Undertaker and John Cena. Sucks that CM Punk leaves WWE because I was starting to be a fan. Pardon me. No, yeah, I agree with that, especially since there was this huge talk at the time where people were like, make CM Punk his CM Punk bars, right? Those candy bars that he was like, give me my own candy bars. That was funny. I was like, yeah, give him his own candy bars. I would be happy to see that if CM Punk got his own candy bars, but instead they made a shirt that just said CM Punk bars or something like that. And I was like, okay. So they didn't do it. And then I know another reason why CM Punk left was because he actually had a fallout with a different wrestler, and he told the company WWE, he said, never let me work with this person ever again. I forgot who. But then when I found out he quit, I heard a podcast, and then he literally said in the podcast, that I told him that I didn't want to work with this particular person, and then they said, okay, we won't ever have you work with this person, and then I guess what storyline they were doing, they said, okay, we need you to work with this person again. So he quit. And I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, that's just not going to work. Yeah. I don't know why they would make him do that. You should watch WrestleMania. He's like a news reporter. Oh, is he? Really? Is he? Oh, wow. WrestleMania. I can't talk about it. Okay, I'll later in the future, I'll talk about certain something. But right now, I can't. YouTuber. Huh? Well, regardless, I do know that CM Punk definitely is doing a lot more. It's crazy to see all the old school WWE superstars go to AEW now. That's for sure. Or TNA or Impact a little bit. I don't really know anybody from WWE that's an Impact. Unless maybe someone like Tom Hardy. No, not Tom Hardy. What was his name? It was Tom something. I can't recall. I know he's the only WWE wrestler that's in either Impact or in TNA. I gotta bring up my friend Julius. He's a huge WWE fan. Like, we're thinking about doing another stream talking to each other about it because I really do enjoy doing those. Another podcast. But no, yeah. It's great to see WWE make a comeback because I know TNA was definitely outdoing WWE in ratings and in studios, you know. But now WWE is definitely making a comeback. The only thing I don't like is just the over dramatic holograms. You know, I feel like it's a little much at times. It's kind of distracting a little bit. You know, like they're cool, but they're a little too much for me. You know, I don't really know how to feel about them. So I'm kind of like, either you like them or you don't. He's a YouTuber, and WWE is bringing back fired wrestlers. Really? Oh, wow. Okay. I should ask my friend Julius that, or I'll just look that up myself when I get the chance to. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. I know a lot of WWE wrestlers are now doing podcasts. I know, what's his name? Chris, the white guy. What's his name? Chris. I can't remember his name. It's been a minute. I know he has a podcast. I know Stone Cold Steve Austin had a podcast. I know that my uncle, he's an independent wrestler. He does wrestling events. He's a huge WWE fan, like way before I was even born. And he definitely has been on a podcast himself. I gotta find it. I lost track of it. I know there's definitely smaller YouTubers that like to interview wrestlers that are either independent or actually in any high industry for wrestling. But no, yeah. It's I don't really like the independent wrestling shows. They're fine. I haven't been to one in a minute. If I do, I'll vlog it. That's for sure. I love to vlog. I haven't vlogged in a minute, but I definitely would most certainly do that. Let me see. I could do 10 more minutes. Yeah, 10 more minutes. This would be great. This is awesome. I went from comics, talking about my academy, talking about wrestling. That's awesome. But no, yeah, I definitely want to upgrade my podcast. That's for sure. Yeah, since Vince McMahon retired and the wrestlers don't like him, so Triple H is in charge and he's bringing them back. Yeah, Vince McMahon. After finding out what he did, the fact that he used hush money, I was like, I'm kind of not surprised. He is a bit of a dick, he really is, and he's very demanding. Like I talked about with my friend Julius in our podcast, I definitely found out that there was numerous times where they would have a script set and the wrestlers knew what they needed to do, and then he would look over it, and then last minute, like maybe half an hour, just minutes before the show, he would change everything just because he didn't like it. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, why would you do that last minute? Then it's going to fall apart. Or, I mean, maybe it might work, but then it's going to be more confusing to the wrestlers. They're just going to have to improvise, right? And what if something happens that you don't like? Yeah, Vince McMahon was very, very demanding. And the fact that he retired, I was like, I could see that. Yeah, get rid of him. I mean, he did great. I appreciate what he started. I appreciate what he brought. I appreciate a lot of what he does. But in the end, it felt like he was kind of now hurting the company a little bit. At least that's just from my point of view. Just because he kept getting into it with wrestlers. I know he definitely got into it with CM Punk. I heard that he actually sent him what do you call it? Where that he served CM Punk. There you go. He served them with a court order, something like that, on his wedding day. And I was like, oh, that's a dick move. How are you gonna do that to somebody on their wedding day? Can you imagine, like, you're walking down the aisle, somebody comes in, they're like, yeah, you've been served. That's such a middle finger. Oh my God. Yeah, that was really messed up. I was like, okay, either Vince did that and he didn't know, or he knew, but he just wanted to be like, yeah, fuck you. Like that would have been messed up. I would be pissed if I got married one day and someone did that to me. I would be like, really? Today? You couldn't wait till like a week, tomorrow, or just call me or text or wait for us to figure it out. That was really messed up. The struggle that some of these wrestlers go through, it's crazy. And then I know some of them definitely left because the wrestlers from podcasts that I've heard, they said they didn't have any creative freedom. But in AEW, they have a lot of it. They actually work with the wrestlers to figure out something that they want to do or something that they don't want to do. With Cody Rhodes, perfect example. I heard the reason why he left was because he said that he wanted to try to be a different type of wrestler. He said that he wanted to come from a different perspective. And supposedly Vince said, no. He said, I don't see you like that. No way. You're going to stay exactly where you're at. You're going to keep doing what you're doing. Don't change anything because I don't see you any bigger than what you are. So he left. And I was like, no, yeah, good for you, Cody Rhodes. Fuck him. I was like, forget him. Don't bother with that. Because for someone to tell you that you can't be something, at least give it a shot first before you assume, But yeah, Vince is very here and there. And the fact that his daughter is also in charge now, okay. I'm fine with that. She's fine. Stephanie McMahon. I don't know how people feel about her, but she's okay. I know one of the things that they definitely do now is to bring in celebrities. I know Logan Paul coming in definitely brought in a lot of attention. I did enjoy his match against The Miz when I saw SummerSlam. That he impressed me, especially when he jumped on the table. I was like, oh, that was crazy. I even posted it on my Instagram and all this other stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. When I saw AEW, I was mad that Daniel Bryan, The Big Show, Chris Jericho, and Cody are in the show after hearing the story. Now I see why. Yeah, it's sad. I was surprised about The Big Show too. Even when I found out about The Big Show, I was like, wait, he left? I was like, I didn't know that. Wow, The Big Show was like one of the biggest OGs in WWE, and the fact that he left. That's crazy. I couldn't believe it. There are hardcore wrestlers that have been there for so long, you wouldn't expect them to leave. It's like, imagine if you found out that Sheamus left for AEW and you're like, whoa, Sheamus or The Miz. I don't think The Miz would ever leave because I've seen behind the scenes where The Miz is like hugging Vince McMahon and he's really praising him and thanking him for giving him the opportunity to be where he's at. So I know the Miz is safe. He's dedicated to WWE, not any other wrestling industry. So I can definitely give him credit for that. But when The Miz also betrayed Logan, I was like, I'm not surprised. It's The Miz. He's always a villain. He's always a villain. So my mom loves The Miz. For me, when we were watching the match, I was like, I actually want Logan to win. My mom was like, Logan? Why? I was like, because it's The Miz. Like, who the fuck likes The Miz? So, yeah, either you like him or you don't. I would like to see a match between Logan Paul and Sheamus. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to see that. I feel like to me that would be an interesting match. I know one of my favorite other wrestlers that I haven't seen in a minute is Sin Cara. Remember Sin Cara? How he used to be in that trampoline? He would jump right over the rings. Over the ropes, right over the ropes. That was great. I was like, damn, this is like old school wrestling a little bit. And then he left. Oh, a lot of wrestlers left. That sucks. To see that. The Miz was fun to hate Logan Paul. Not against the guy. It's just his ship is assigned to be. Yeah. He signed to go to WWE. Even I talked about it on Verse News. And then I found out that now, I guess after him having like a little bit of a feel for being in WWE and just seeing the adrenaline and seeing everybody cheer for him and everything, I guess now he's saying that he wants to sign full time. And then that confused me a little bit, right? Even I was like, wait a minute. So is he full time or is he just part time? I thought he was full time. I thought that was the point of the contract, but no, I guess not. I don't know. I know that I don't know if you saw SummerSlam, but I was talking about this with my friend Julius, which is what I said. For SummerSlam, the one match that I found so boring was between those two NFL players. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know who they were. I didn't really care. I found them super boring. I was bored. I mean, the moves that they were pulling off was interesting. I was like, oh wow, they actually pulled it off. But it was kind of boring. It was one of those matches where you're like, look, if you want to go get something to eat or if you want to go to the bathroom, now's your chance. It really felt like that. So I was just like, ugh. Yeah, I was really bored during that match. I was like, I was on my phone. I was just like this. I was like, let me know when the match is over because I do not care. I do not care. But yeah, that's just me for SummerSlam. I heard people talk about Roman Reyes being booed because he's the next John Cena. Like, why? Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know what John Cena kind of comes back and forth, right? Because John Cena, he's like Rock now, right? He has projects going on. He has Peacemaker. I don't think he's doing anything with Fast and Furious, which is fine. I did not like the 9th movie. It was so like logic was just thrown out the window. And then not even that, the hype up between Vince and Cena, it didn't pay off. It was so boring. Like the buildup was great, and then when I was waiting for them to finally have like a huge fight, nothing happened. It was just, oh, I see they're fighting my brother. I'm gonna help him now. And then I know John Cena is doing some other stuff too, DC and outside of it. So I don't see him coming back to WWE anytime soon, but I know he does make cameos here and there, right? So yeah, I feel like I heard that they've been trying to bring The Rock back. If they did, I wouldn't really care. I don't really feel like The Rock is really as dedicated as Cena is. Because he's always on his own world. So yeah, I don't know. And Roman Reyes is cool. I like Roman Reyes. I had a friend that wanted to copy his tattoo too. I was like, don't do it. Yeah, it sucks that John Cena isn't a full-time anymore. Yeah, I know. And I remember when John Cena got so much hate too. I was like, why is everybody hating on Cena? Like, man, he's just getting tarnished. I feel so bad for the guy at certain times. I remember he had a whole bad year one time. And I think he kind of went up a little bit when he went against Brock Lesnar. That was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed the back and forth between him and Brock Lesnar because that was a little real to me, right? Especially since he made Cena bleed one time and all the wrestlers had to come in and like break him up. I was definitely pissed when it was Brock Lesnar that broke the streak for the Undertaker at first. And it turns out that originally he wasn't supposed to win. He just wanted to just do it anyways. And everybody was hella mad at Brock Lesnar. And it's weird because now when you see Brock Lesnar now, like in SummerSlam, I loved him. I love what he did. I love when he brought in that huge tractor. I love when he lifted up the stage, the ring. And I was like, oh my God, that was crazy. I remember my reaction when I saw that. I was like, okay, so they broke the ring numerous times. Now they're lifting it up. So that's crazy. But Brock Lesnar now, I do like him. And then Randy Orton. I know Randy Orton's been there for a long time. Yeah, Randy Orton, man, he's an OG. I know he'll never leave. That's for sure. I don't even know if anyone's even seen any of the WWE movies. They're kind of a hit and miss. You know, I used to watch them when I was young. Now I don't. I can see why. The reason John Cena is hated is because he has that Rock and sells T-shirts, and they're like Vince wanted him to turn heel. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it was definitely the Rock. The Rock was hella popular when he was coming back, and then definitely a lot of love went towards the Rock. Um, when Cena lost at first during the WrestleMania between the Rock, uh, I remember I was shocked because I kind of wanted Cena to win. I was like, and then when they had the rematch and then Cena won, I was like, okay, I felt no, like he deserves that. He went through a whole year of BS. Like let Cena have his moment. Like after everything he went through, I can only imagine that. So yeah, my cousin that was on the stream earlier, he's a huge wrestling fan, so I wish he stuck around. I could have asked him some questions about it too, because I know he definitely knows a lot about wrestling as well. He's already going to WrestleMania, the next one that's supposed to be in Los Angeles. I was like, damn, like they barely announced and he got tickets. That's crazy. So yeah, he's going. I feel like John Cena is like Hulk Hogan. Really? I don't know. I know Hulk Hogan. I used to love him, and he was great in the beginning, and then you found out he was a little racist. I remember that because he sent out some tweets, something about his daughter dating a black guy, and like he just started ranting about it, and he got let go because of that. And then he went to TNA. No, he went to Impact, and then it was TNA because something about the name changed. Well, it could be something like that. I don't think Cena is like I don't think John Cena is like Hulk Hogan, but I guess it depends. I don't know why it's just me, the attitude and his character, and I think that's it. No, yeah. I did enjoy the fact that Hulk Hogan made a cameo in Rocky 3, right? Where he was going up against Rocky, and then he just made that whole rampage. And then Rocky's like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, what? I'm just doing it for show. That was funny. I was just like, okay, Hulk Hogan. I was like, all right. Is he still doing wrestling? I can't recall. I haven't heard anything about Hulk Hogan in a while. I gotta go on YouTube and find those wrestling YouTube channels. I know that some of the wrestlers in real life definitely hate being approached by fans. Like I've seen fans take pictures with wrestlers and they're not happy because they're just trying to mind their own business and people are just going up to them and they're like, really? I could kind of understand that a little bit. Maybe that's just me. I know Randy Orton though. I know he went off on a fan. Like he was like, no pictures. Somebody took a picture of him and he looked all mad. He was like, he looked like that. And I was like, damn, Randy, like, I get it. It's annoying, but control yourself, right? The last thing you want to do is have a kid take a picture of you and then you look hella angry at him, right? That's going to be bad publicity. You might want to chill with that, you know? But, yeah, I don't know. All I know is that WWE is still going to be around. It's definitely changed. I feel there are some things about WWE that I don't like, but overall, it's very enjoyable. I know that the biggest thing that you have to handle now is when it comes to Raw, the length time. It's 4 hours. I was like, man, I remember Raw when it was only 2 hours. Now it's 3 or 4 hours. I'm just like, it's a little bit time consuming if you're either not at home or if you're trying to do something else or something else is happening at the same time. I started to chuckle when a fan took a photo of Randy and he looked at WWE is fun. Hell yeah, WWE is fun. It's enjoyable. You know, here's the thing. I have friends who aren't WWE fans literally come at me before and try to tell me you're a fan of WWE. I mean, you know it's fake, right? And I look at them and I'm like, no shit. But it's not. That's not the point. I mean, some of the stuff that they do is real, right? Let's be honest. People, even Logan, I saw his podcast where he was talking about it. He was like, anybody that says it's fake, fuck you. And I was like, thank you, because he was like, when you're in the ring and you're jumping, doing all that stuff, it hurts. And I was like, well, I would assume. I mean, you're jumping on a wooden board. It's just covered. So, you know, I've been in the ring before when because my uncle, he's a wrestler in independent wrestling events, right? Small ones. And there's times where I was given the opportunity to help set up, and I've been in the ring just to get the feel of it. And yeah, those rings, they're not soft at all. They hurt, you know. And I would tell my friends, you know, the point isn't really about well, it is. The wrestling is the point. But I would tell them it's not really about whether it's real or not. You gotta remember, it's it's world wrestling entertainment. It's entertainment. It's supposed to be enjoyable. You enjoy the characters, you enjoy the beef, you enjoy what they do, and that's what I love about WWE. You know, sometimes it's cringy, yeah, but now that they took off that PG rating and now they're actually bringing in some hardcore words and they're actually talking like adults, it definitely became way more enjoyable. So I don't care if people call it fake. I'm just like, who cares? It's enjoyable. It's entertainment. I love it. Oh man, same here. I mean, I have some, but don't talk to some of them now. No, yeah, it's my friend that definitely hates WWE. Is the same one that told me I can't talk to him about Marvel movies. It's that same friend. Yeah. Even though I tried to convince him to enjoy WWE a little bit, he isn't having it. And I'm just like, look, I get it. It's here and there. Wrestling isn't for everybody, but it's great. It's fun. Trust me. If you give it some time, you'll definitely enjoy WWE or AEW or TNA or Impact. I had no idea Impact Wrestling is still around. I was surprised on the stream when my friend told me. But yeah, you know, WWE, man, all the way. Definitely looking forward to doing more reviews about it. If me and my friend, we had that, like we said on our stream, we're thinking about going to a show that's going to be in San Jose, California, right? At Raw. And we're thinking about it. So if we decide to go, I'm gonna vlog it. Hell yeah, I'm gonna vlog it. So, you know, we're still trying to figure it out, but hopefully we can make it happen. Hopefully. Did you see Clash of the Castle? I missed it. I didn't. I'm actually about to, after the stream, I'm gonna watch the highlights of it so I can recuperate on it because I heard a lot of great things about it, especially with Roman. I definitely want to watch it. I missed it because I was out. I was in the hospital. Because I was sick this week and I wasn't able to watch anything and I missed the pay-per-view. I just got back yesterday, so yeah. I'm gonna watch the highlights on because I know they put it right after. Even my friend earlier, my friend Julius, we were talking earlier because he had a live stream and I was watching it. And then he asked me, "Did you see it?" I was like, I lied. I was like, "Yeah." I was like, I kind of saw it. But I'm going to. I want to catch them and see what I missed. Oh yeah, I know. I'm definitely gonna watch the next one for sure, absolutely. Or I'm gonna watch Raw tomorrow, Monday. I'm gonna watch Raw and see what it is that I missed. That's for sure. But I'm definitely gonna watch it. Absolutely. But let me see. But no, yeah. Other than that though, Verse, yeah. Thank you so much, Immortal Comics Flick, for being on my stream. I had a wonderful chat with you. I'm gonna have to call it for right now just because I have to go. But thank you so much for all the questions. Thank you so much for the conversation. Thank you to all my other people, subscribers out there. Verse, for coming in the stream and just saying hey. I really appreciated it. Looking forward to doing another stream. You know, always love doing Q&As, trying to do a lot more of it. And with that said, though, Verse, thank you so much. If you guys like what you saw, then remember, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification for more content as always. Look forward to the next stream, Verse. And with that said, have an awesome day. Thank you so much for being a part of the stream. Have a great day.